Hi, John with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at and installing the CURT Class 3 receiver hitch on our 2023 Hyundai Palisade. So first impressions of this hitch. This particular hitch has a gloss black powder coat finish. It looks good on the vehicle. We also have an eTrailer matte black finish receiver hitch. And if you don't even want to see the receiver tube at all, we offer a stealth hitch where this tube is removable. All of these hitches are going to open up a whole world of towing or bike racks, cargo carriers. They're a great option to add if you need more space in your car or if you're going to be towing. So let's look at some of the basics on this hitch. This is a Class 3 receiver. This is a 2-inch by 2-inch hitch. This is one of the most popular sizes for hitches out there for like bike racks and cargo carriers. The safety chain loops are pretty standard. They'll fit a medium-sized clevis hook or your standard S hook. Now these hitches do not include the pin and clip. This is a 5/8 inch pin and clip. If you're towing, you need one of these, and we have these available here at eTrailer. If you're just getting a cargo carrier or a bike rack, it's not to worry. Most of those accessories come with an anti-rattle pin. Let's look at some weight ratings on this CURT hitch. We are looking at 750 pound rating for the tongue weight ratio. Also 5,000 pounds of towing capacity. If you have a weight distribution hitch, the tongue rate weighting doesn't change. It stays at 750 pounds, but you can increase your trailer weight rating by 1,000 to bring it to 6,000 pounds. Now you'll want to check your owner's manual to see if your vehicle can even handle that kind of weight. So as far as measurements of this hitch go, we're going to get some measurements from the ground up to the top collar on here. It's going to be 13 3/4 of an inch. And the other measurement we like to do is from the center of the pin out to the edge of our fascia, and that's going to be 5 inches. Now these measurements are important if you're going to be choosing accessories such as a ball mount or a cargo carrier or a bicycle rack, especially a folding bicycle rack. All of these are going to come into play with the edge of your bumper or if you need a slight rise to your equipment. So final thoughts on this CURT hitch. If you like a gloss finish, this is a good hitch for you. These hitches, this is the size that I would put on my vehicle. It's a Class 3, it's a 2-inch. Lots of popular accessories are out there. This hitch in particular, it installs easily. You can get this done on your driveway without any special tools. If you want to see how we did it, stick around. Okay, so we got our Hyundai inside the bay here, and the first step to get this installed is we're going to go ahead and lower the spare tire. In order to do that, we just lift up the hatch here, and we'll take a flathead screwdriver, and you have a disc here with a slot in it. It simply unscrews, and it will expose a 13/16 nut. Now you can either use your existing hardware. It's just easier for us to go ahead and use a socket and a wrench. We'll go ahead and lower this tire down. The next step we're going to do is going to get under the car. We're actually going to remove this panel. Now we're just going to need 2 tools to remove this box. It's going to be a flathead screwdriver and a 14mm socket. We'll go ahead and start with the screwdriver. You're going to have 4 of these clamps here that will come right out. So you basically just put the screwdriver under the first tab and turn, and it'll pop out. So we're going to have 4 of these total. So there were 4 clips lined up. This last one actually does not have to come out. It's only holding the inner fender well. So we're going to go ahead and move to the inside here. We're going to have some plastic nuts. And this is what our 14mm socket is for. And these are not going to be held on with very much tension at all. You don't even need to hook up your socket wrench to it. Just go ahead and spin these off. I'm kind of applying a downward force on the box as it goes, and then it'll come out. Set this off to the side. Our next step is going to be lowering the exhaust slightly so it'll give us more room and access back here. Now I've got some heavy duty silicone spray. We're going to go ahead, spray this on the front hanger and then this middle hanger here. And I'm just going to use a pry bar today. They have exhaust hanger removal tools. it really isn't going to be necessary. The silicone and the rubber kind of make life easy. Now you'll notice I have a cam buckle tie down strap to help support the exhaust so that when we go ahead and bring this down, it's not going to put too much strain on it. We did find another exhaust hanger on the passenger side of the vehicle here. We're going to go ahead and remove that as well. This one is definitely harder to get to than the others. There we go. Then we can go ahead and lower our exhaust. So a good idea before we start, we took the hardware that's supplied with our hitch, and we're going to go ahead and run the bolts in and out of these attachment points. This hitch attaches in 4 points on our frame: 1, 2, 3, and 4. And everything that I'm doing on this side is going to be the exact same on our passenger side. So I like to run these in and out just to get the dirt and any other buildup out of there, so that once we have the hitch up here, it'll bolt on smoothly. Okay, our next step is actually going to be to raise the hitch up onto the frame and tighten some bolts on there. It's a good idea to get an extra set of hands. This hitch is kind of heavy, and just the way it gets placed up here is easy enough with 2 people, but it'd be a struggle with 1 person. So the hardware comes with a cap screw and a tooth washer. The teeth on the washer actually go towards the hitch. Just go ahead and get a bolt up here, get it finger tight. Now, with our bottom bolts secured on both sides, we're going to go ahead and install these longer cap screws and the tooth washer. Again, the washer is going to go towards, the teeth on the washer are going to go towards the hitch. And one of the easier ways to do this is to put the washer up first to line it up with the hole. And it makes it a little bit easier for us to get through. Now we're on the driver's side right now, and you'll see this clip has been previously cut, and that is to allow for this cap screw to actually get by. If your car isn't cut right here, you can go ahead and cut that with a Dremel or a grinding wheel or anything else that you have there. Now these long bolts get secured on the other side with the tooth washer. Again, the teeth facing towards the frame and the supplied hex nuts. Go ahead and we'll finger tight these on both sides and get ready for torque. Okay, with all bolts finger tight on both sides, we're going to go ahead and torque these to the specifications that are outlined in our installation manual. So this is the panel that was on the driver's side. Before we reinstall it, we're going to do some cutouts. I've painted a white marker here to show you where we need to do just some small cuts on this, and I'm going to use a Dremel here, make this a little bit easier. We have one there, and we're going to have one here. This is so the bolts that we put through the frame on the back side will clear this. Okay, now that the panel is trimmed, we'll go ahead and place it back on the vehicle. Some of our last steps here are going to be to go ahead and raise the exhaust up. And we'll start with the one at the rear. We can then move to the one at the front of the muffler, and we'll finish with the one at the rear of the muffler. The last step for the install is going to go ahead and grab your spare tire and remount it to the back of the vehicle here. And that was it for our look at the CURT Class 3 receiver hitch on our 2023 Hyundai Palisade.